We might break. Katarina Witt, a soaring beauty with an iron will. Confident she'll take her title back from America's Debbie Thomas. Debbie Thomas, determined to keep her crown. From the Riverfront Coliseum in Cincinnati, Ohio, where CBS Sports is proud to present a special primetime edition of the World Figure Skating Championships. All week long, this beautiful arena has been packed with the enthusiastic fans of the top figure skaters in the world. And tonight, another sellout crowd of more than 14,000 is anticipating a thrilling climax to this competition. Hello, everybody. I'm Tim Ryan with Olympic and four-time world champion Scott Hamilton for what should be a great conclusion to an exciting week of figure skating. Scott, imagine in the next hour, all 6 skaters we will see still have a legitimate shot at the gold medal.
Well, in all the world championships I've been to, I've never seen a ladies final this close, in which all 6 of the final ladies have an opportunity to take home the gold medal and become the world champion. And in front of a knowledgeable crowd like the ones we've had here in Cincinnati, this is going to be great.
Well, let's take a look at the leaderboard as it stands coming into this final free skating program. Atop it, Kira Ivanova from the Soviet Union, followed by Katarina Witt, and then Debbie Thomas in 3rd place. In 4th spot, Elizabeth Manley of Canada with a big Canadian contingent to cheer her on. And Karen Kadavy of the United States, Claudia Leisner of West Germany. Obviously, the favorites remain the defending champion Debbie Thomas and the former champion Katarina Witt.
Well, what we've got here is kind of an image thing. I think a lot of people have the image that an Eastern European athlete is very well, like a well-oiled machine, someone who is more athletic, and an American skater or an American athlete being more into the crowd, more like the Hollywood show-off type. But the roles are reversed because Katarina Witt is really into the crowd, and Debbie Thomas, the United States, is more of an athlete than she is a performer.
Well, among those other 4 skaters, we've got a couple of real dark horses.
Well, Elizabeth Manley from Canada has been red hot all week long, and she's really had a great competition. She could pull an upset here. And Karen Kadavy, the United States, has just been, well, a lot of people have been waiting for her to be in a position to threaten the other girls.
Still, Thomas and Witt remain the favorites tonight, and they come from quite different places. It is a world apart from America. Karl Marxstadt in the Germany east of the Berlin Wall. It is home to one of the world's most charismatic athletes, 21-year-old Katarina Witt, a dazzling beauty who somehow doesn't seem to fit this austere landscape. The winter sunlight of California's Stanford University, where a sophomore pre-medical student also happens to be the current world figure skating champion, 20-year-old Debbie Thomas. Their lives are really not so different. Except that while Katarina's life revolves totally around her sport, Debbie's time is divided between skating and studies in microbiology.
I like school because it makes me feel secure. That's the one thing that's secure in my life is school. Skating is sort of a gamble because things can go wrong everywhere. You can get injured and be out of it for forever. And then what do you do?
Katarina is an actress on ice whose glowing presence has helped her win an Olympic gold medal and 2 world championships. Last year at Geneva, Debbie won the world crown, but her tears of joy turned to tears of sorrow when 5 weeks ago, a shaky performance cost her her national title. She suffered from tendinitis in both ankles, brought on perhaps by a rushed training program that didn't even begin until late December, after her exams were over. The injury underscored the conflict between her academics and her sport.
She struggles through practices that the other skaters arrive fully trained, and Debbie doesn't. She arrives sort of half-trained, and we struggle through the practices and hope to get the performances, which isn't probably the right way to train, but it's the only way we can train because Debbie has to do her schoolwork.
For Katarina, her schoolwork is at the rink, and it's seldom dreary or boring. She attacks it with the special joy of the special champions of this sport. The legendary Sonja Henie, the first Queen of the Ice. The ethereal Peggy Fleming. The graceful and exuberant Dorothy Hamill. Meanwhile, Debbie Thomas is leaving her own signature on the ice. Debbie's dream came true in Geneva. As a crestfallen Katarina watched. Debbie Thomas is convinced that she can end her winter of discontent tonight in Cincinnati.
I think not winning nationals is going to make winning worlds mean a whole lot more to me if I can go out there and make a comeback and just say, I don't care if I'm injured, I'm feeling good now, and I'm dealing with this psychologically. I'm going to go out and show them that I can still do it anyway.
So I was the world champion, and last year I was second, and now I'm going to Cincinnati, and I want my title back.
Well, she is here in Cincinnati, Katarina Witt, attempting to win her title back from the defending champion, Debbie Thomas. And Thomas intent on keeping her crown. Now, just seconds ago during the warm-up, not a confidence builder here, Scott.
Well, she was warming up her triple loop, and she looked really tight. And right in front of the judges, she slipped and fell. It'll be interesting to see if she leaves it in the program.
Well, those things happen. Just a sample of the tension, and down at ringside, the coaches must be feeling it as well. Let's go and join our 5-time national ice dance champion, Judy Blumberg.
Well, Tim, it's interesting to note that never before in world competition has Debbie Thomas skated right before Katarina Witt. Now, last year, she and coach Alex McGowan decided that she had to be aggressive and really pull out all the stops and just go for it. Alex, what'll be the strategy this evening?
Well, she's skating before Katarina, and so she's going to have to go out with all guns firing, and it's going to be very exciting. And I'd just like to say, if Mr. Ron Perlman of Revlon is watching and Donald Trump, I'd like to thank them for helping Debbie this week. But it's going to be really exciting.
Thank you, Alex. Back to you, Tim.
All right, Judy. Well, let's take a look at the skating order. Here's what's going to happen in the next hour. You'll see Claudia Leistner in 6th place, skating first, still with a chance at the gold, followed by Kira Ivanova of the Soviet Union, then Karen Kadavy of the U.S., and they should raise the roof when she takes the ice. Elizabeth Manley with her own Canadian following. Debbie Thomas will skate 5th, and then Katarina Witt will be the final skater tonight. About an hour from now, we'll know who the 1987 World Ladies Singles Champion is. Our first skater, Claudia Leistner from West Germany. 4th at the Europeans last month in Sarajevo with a program many thought was the most demanding and difficult of any of the skaters, and she skated it very well, but still wound up 4th.
Well, she's really known as a jumper, and she just did a double axel, I think, to get her feet under her, and her first jump is a triple flip. Goes in forward, she picks with her right foot. Oh, and she just under-rotated it. She does it nicely.
The 22-year-old Leistner is coached by Andrej Nepela, former three-time world champion from Czechoslovakia, and he was very upset after that European Championship, Scott, with the judging that placed Leistner only fourth, called the judging sick.
Well, you know, figure skating has so many facets. Claudia's a great jumper, but she's a little weak on her presentation, and that hurts her in each competition. Triple loop, and again, she under-rotated it.
Portion of her program.
She's not really known as an audience skater, but they seem to be supporting her tonight. You know, when you live as a jumper, you better hit all your jumps. And she made a couple mistakes early on. She seems to have recovered pretty well. And our final spin camel combination. Scratch spin.
Claudia Leistner from Ludwigshafen, West Germany, sixth coming into this final free skating program. Had a chance at the gold had she had a perfectly clean program. Let's see what the judges score when we return to Cincinnati. We are live at Riverfront Coliseum. Here are the marks now for Claudia Leistner. First of six skaters in the final group.
5.5.
Well, most of her marks are 5.5 to 5.3. I think that represents that she did try some tough stuff, but she did make a few mistakes. I don't think those marks will put her in the top three.
5.4 and 5.4. And now the marks for artistic impression. 5.5.
Again, she's not a real strong artistic skater, so 5.5 down to 5.2. Those are pretty representative of her ability.
5.6.
Claudia Leistner.
5.4.
Next up will be the Soviet skater, Kira Ivanova. She is the leader coming in here overall, primarily because she was first in the compulsory figures. She is an outstanding compulsory figures performer. But Scotty, does she have enough in her free skating program to win the gold here?
Well, she's got a lot of jumps, but again, she's not a great presenter artistically. And she always ends up in the medal standings because she's always in the top 2 positions after compulsories and short program. Her opening, triple toe loop, double toe loop. Very nicely done. She really telegraphs this triple loop. 3 turns in the air, and she does it! With her consistency. She can be really good technically, or she can make errors like she did in that double axel a few seconds ago. Triple sound, that's it. She could be in trouble.
Kira Ivanova with 2 major errors in her final free skating program. She was the leader coming in here in this final group. Leader overall. That may cost her dealer. Skating to Gypsy Melodies. Hoping for some good luck from the Gypsies, no doubt, at this point.
She's going to need more than that. That was supposed to be a triple sock, Kyle. She doubled out of it and 2-footed the double. She has so many flat spots in her long program. I don't know why they haven't worked more on her choreography. I can't see her holding anybody out of the top 3 among Witt, Thomas, Kadavy, or Manley.
Although those still ahead.
Triple toe loop, and she goes down. She's out of there. I can't even see her staying in the top 5.
Pressures and tensions of world competition. A packed house. Cincinnati's Riverfront Coliseum. Especially those who have run into some problems out there. I'm sure she'll get a real warm round of applause. And indeed she does. A disappointing performance for Kira Ivanova of the Soviet Union. She was the leader coming into this final free skating program. And now Karen Kadavy of the United States takes her last warm-up, and she has a great opportunity now for the gold. We'll return with more of the action live from Cincinnati in a moment. Tim Ryan with Scott Hamilton and Judy Blumberg live from Cincinnati's Riverfront Coliseum. You're looking at Kira Ivanova of the Soviet Union, receiving the traditional gifts of flowers from many in the audience here, and now about to receive her marks. And based on the difficulty she encountered in her free skating program, Scott, it would appear that her chances at the gold are gone.
I'm really not sure what the judges are going to do with that performance. She did a couple nice things, but technically she made some disastrous mistakes, and artistically it was a pretty weak performance.
We've been told that there is a problem with the computer, and so thus a slight delay in getting the scores up. See Ivanova with her coach, and now Karen Kadavi, who was out there for what she thought was going to be just a brief warm-up, a few circles that they try and get quickly while the other skater finishes. Now she finds herself out there maybe doing a little more thinking than she'd like to. Scott, what's it like in this situation?
Well, this is scary. This is the World Championships, and you're all geared and you're all pumped up for your performance, and then a little waiting could just calm you down a little bit and let some of that adrenaline go, or it could really scare you and intimidate you a little bit.
Now come the marks for Ivanova.
Whoa. Ranging from 5.6 by the Austrian judge, which I think is real high, to 4.8, which I think represents more or less what she did technically. The rest 5.3s, 5.4s. That won't keep her in the medal standings.
Artistic impression. 5.2, 5.4, 5.5, 5.5.
Second mark, that's interesting. A 5.7 from the Austrian judge and a 5.2 from the United States judge.
5.3.
This really opens a lot of doors for Karen Kadavi.
Thank you.
Karen Kadavi, the 19-year-old from Erie, Pennsylvania, moved out to Colorado Springs with her mother Marlene, a former ballerina, to be trained by the great Carlo Fassi, along with his wife Krista. In 5th place after the short program, she's been very consistent all week long, and when Jill Trenery ran into problems in the figures, it was Karen Kadavi who surfaced in the final 6.
She really is the image of the female figure skater. Beautiful line, a lot of flow, and yet she's capable of doing beautiful jumps. Double axel, and she's going to step into triple loop, and she nails it!
Capriccio Español, Concerto de Aranjuez, and Malagueña.
The next jump's a real scary one, especially when your adrenaline's flowing. It's a triple Salchow. It's an edge jump, 3 revolutions, and she does it.
Rodrigo, Concerto de Aranjuez, and certainly the influence of her mother, a former ballerina, Marlene, danced with the Pittsburgh Ballet, being seen in this section of her program.
She's a beautiful skater, and the Europeans really love her because she mixes the technical ability that they like with the flow and a beautiful line. Triple loop in combination landing a double toe loop. I've never seen her skate this well.
Karen Kadavi with a legitimate shot at the world title. Remember, this is the young lady who was 3rd in the U.S. Nationals, but she had problems in her short program, and Jill Trenery
just win this free skating performance with something like this. Lionel Arabian into a scratch spin, and she's got to feel great about that performance. That's the best I've ever seen her skate.
They are on their feet at Riverfront. There's Carlo Fassi, her coach. Karen Kadavy, a brilliant performance. Brilliant performance in her run at the goal. Let's see how the judges have marked it. We'll be back with more live coverage of the World Figure Skating Championships to see who will win the gold after this word from your local station. You're back live at Riverfront Coliseum in Cincinnati. Tim Ryan with Scott Hamilton and Judy Blumberg. Here are the scores for Karen Kadavy.
Oh! A 5.9 from the American judge, but a 5.4 from the Finnish judge. Those are terrific marks.
5.7, 5.7, 5.7, and 5.4.
Well, the expected boos for the score from the Finnish judge from the American audience here in Cincinnati.
Second mark, they go up by a few judges, 5.8, 5.9, 5.7. That puts her in the leading position in the free skating so far tonight. Now it's out of her hands.
5.7.
Well, don't forget, still to come, Elizabeth Manley of Canada and Debbie Thomas and Katarina Witt. Let's go down now to our Judy Blumberg.
Okay. Karen, are you finally telling us you've arrived?
Yes, I feel so good, and I really worked hard to come here, and I went out because I love it, and it's my main concern, and I wanted to do it for myself and for those people that really love me.
Do you think you'll get a medal here in Cincinnati?
Well, I don't know. It depends because we have other skaters going to skate right now, and I'm just so happy for myself.
Good luck, and thank you.
Thank you.
Karen Kadavy's brilliant performance, and now Elizabeth Manley. 5 feet of dynamite from Belleville, Ontario, now living in Gloucester, Ontario, and she has been hot all week. Standing 4th after the short program, she had a brilliant performance in the short program itself, finishing 2nd.
Camel spinning one way, then reversing direction.
Elizabeth is coached by Peter and Sonia Dunfield in Gloucester, Ontario, and they put stars in her hair and star earrings on her and told her to think about jumping to the stars. Well, she's been doing just that all this week, standing fourth into this final free skating program.
Very important jump, a triple loop jump, and she doubled it. The judges are only allowed to really score what she does, not what she doesn't do. It's a free skating performance. Well, with two mistakes, the fall on the triple Lutz and the doubling out of the triple loop jump, it almost puts Karen in a sure medal position. That she was doing all week, but I think she made a statement that she's here to stay for a while and she's going to be a threat next year.
21-year-old Elizabeth Manley from Canada, and Debbie Thomas will be next. What's going through her mind right now? Elizabeth Manley finishes up. Debbie Thomas thinking gold along with Katarina Witt, the final two skaters on tonight's program. We'll be back live at Riverfront Stadium in Coliseum with the Ladies Singles Championship in just a moment. We are back live in Cincinnati, and Elizabeth Manley of Canada awaits her marks.
Elizabeth Manley.
You can see the disappointment etched on her face. She has been
5.5,
so consistent all week long.
5.4, 5.6.
Those marks take her right out of medal contention. She's got to be disappointed. A 5.0, a 5.3, that really isn't representative of her abilities or what she's been through all year. It's really sad to see that happen.
The Canadian champion who was fifth in the world a year ago and really had a legitimate chance at a medal here.
5.6.
How difficult it is to accept that for these young athletes.
5.8.
Your heart goes out to them. There is Debbie Thomas. She knows the opportunity is there for her. Katarina Witt will follow her. The defending champion, Debbie Thomas. Her coach, Alex McGowan, said that Wednesday of this past week was the first time since her injuries to her ankles that she has really jumped well. Despite that, she had a miss in her short program. Right now, stands third coming into the free skating final.
Jump combination would be a nightmare for anybody else, but for her it's pretty simple. A split jump into triple toe loop, double toe loop, let's jump a triple Salchow. She's been having a little trouble with this week. Oh,
not that time.
national championships, and she really looks confident.
Alex McGowan said she would come out with all guns firing like Pete Rose here in Cincinnati.
Hopefully she won't slide headfirst into second. Triple loop. A minor 2 foot, but at least she did it. A performance like this one so far can really put the pressure on Katarina Witt. Katarina's going to have to skate her best to win this championship.
Student at Stanford University, bothered with Achilles tendonitis, ill prepared for the national championships. Looks like she got it together for the big one.
Think the crowd knows what's going on?
You bet.
Triple Salchow. Oh! That could have won it for her right there. When Debbie gets excited, the crowd gets excited. When the crowd gets excited, Debbie gets excited.
She skated right at her coach, Alex McGowan, and that was a pure look of confidence and pleasure. We are live from Cincinnati, and Katarina Witt out quickly to get some last-minute warm-ups in. The pressure is on her. Debbie Thomas with a near flawless and brilliantly skated free skating program, the defending champion.
Take another look at that last triple Salchow she did. Now this is the double Lutz. She was in control the whole performance.
There are flowers all over the ice. It'll take a little time to get them gathered. Her coach, Alex McGowan, with a heartfelt hug.
I don't know what this is going to do to Katarina Witt. It can make her real mad, or it can scare the heck out of her.
For technical merit for Debbie Thomas.
Here are the marks.
Here come the marks for Debbie Thomas.
I don't know. There's a lot of room there. There's a 5.9 from the American judge, but there's 5.7s, and that leaves a lot of room for Katarina Witt to come through and win this thing.
Only 1.59 up there from the American judge.
Again, a high of 5.9. The rest 5.7s and 8s. There's a lot of room there for Katarina to win this championship. It's up to her. If she can nail a performance, she could win this.
Well, Scott, this is just about what we expected, that it would indeed come down to the final performance. Katarina Witt, the
Debbie,
final
where
skater.
did you pull that fabulous program off?
Oh, I knew it was in there. I think maybe some of the elements could have been a little bit stronger, but I'm really pleased that I stayed up, especially on that last cow down there. I was like, it's a little low, stand up. So,
What's it going to be like to sit here and watch Katarina skate?
I think now she knows what it's going to feel like to have to skate after a good performance. I had to do it last year's Worlds, so, but she's tough, so she'll probably be really strong. But I'm glad, just for me, that I was able to hold it together, not fall apart. That was my main concern here.
Do you feel that this Worlds has been the best Worlds for you? Did you do as best as you could?
Well, some of the other phases, like the short program and my last figure, were a little lapses in my brain or something. And those are things we're going to have to work on for next year's Paralympics, because it'll be a lot more pressure there. But I think I'll be able to handle it. We'll probably be better prepared and things like that.
Congratulations and thanks.
Debbie Thomas, absolutely brilliant performance, and now it is up to this young lady, Katharina Witt, born in Stocken, East Germany, living in Karl-Marxstadt. Believe me, she's a competitor. You heard Debbie Thomas say she's tough.
Katarina's program is very similar in difficulty to Debbie's. It's going to be interesting to see what Debbie's ovation did to Katarina. Opening triple toe, double toe. She looks really on, too.
For the American audience, music from West Side Story.
Beautiful triple Salchow. She missed in the warm-up. Triple loop. She hits it. Triple toe loop. Nails it. When you have two skaters as talented as Katarina and Debbie, it's really wonderful to see both of them skate their best. And I think we saw Debbie at her best, and we're seeing Katarina at her best. It's going to be real interesting to see what the judges think.
performance of the evening. All Debbie Thomas can do after her brilliant showing is wait for the marks. These are two tough young ladies. Beautiful as they are competitors to the core. What a dazzling finish to the spectacular World Figure Skating Championships here in Cincinnati. Two great champions skating at their ultimate. Flowers for Katarina, hopes for Debbie Thomas. We'll be back to find out who won the gold in a moment. The ravishing Katharina Witt, her coach, Jutta Müller, a former figure skating champion in East Germany and coach of two other world champs, Jan Hoffman and Annette Putsch. In this scary, scary moment as they await the marks. And here they come. It is Katharina Witt. Katharina Witt is the world champion for the third time, regaining the crown she lost to Debbie Thomas a year ago in Geneva. And the obvious disappointment etched on the face of Debbie Thomas, who could not have skated any better. She was wonderful tonight, but she has to settle for the silver. And American Karen Kadavi has won the bronze. The marks for artistic impression, and Katharina Witt has regained the ladies singles championship at the World Figure Skating Championships. And now let's go down to Scott Hamilton.
Ladies and gentlemen, this completes the skating of the ladies free skating.
Katarina, you won. Congratulations.
Very much, thank you.
You came to America to win a title away from an American skater. What was going through your mind out there when you saw Debbie's standing ovation?
Oh, it was so hard for me to skate, but I said to me, relax, Katarina, and you can these jumps, and you can do the free program, and I just was a little bit relaxed, and that was good for me.
You fell in the triple loop in the warm-up. What was going through your mind when you went into the triple loop and you were right in front of the judges and you knew you had to hit it?
I said, well, it doesn't matter, and I stopped with this jump, and behind I said, oh, Katarina, you can jump this. You can do it, and I did it.
That was probably the best I've ever seen you skate.
That's true, because I tried 3 different jumps, and that's why it was the best, and the artistic impression too, I think so.
Congratulations.
Debbie, you skated your best against the best. How do you feel now?
I'm just relieved to have this over with. But I think there were a couple of things could have been better, so I don't feel like I skated my very, very best, but I'm really happy with the way I skated because of the way things have been going in the week.
Do you feel now, after skating before Katarina, that it's easier or harder? Would you rather have yourself skating after her?
I don't think it makes any difference. I think we both pretty much come up for pressure no matter what, so I don't think it really matters.
I think there's something you want to tell your friends at home.
Yeah, I have tons of things to say. I want to say to all my brothers and sisters at Alpha Sig, go make toast. And I have a song, Louie, Louie, Andy and Mo, you got to EYO.
Thank you, Debbie. Congratulations on the second place.
Well, the spirit of Debbie Thomas still lives. The final standings, the gold medal winner, Katharina Witt. Debbie Thomas with a silver, and Karen Kadavi with a bronze. A special performance for her. And what a special evening it has been for us. We hope you've enjoyed this coverage in prime time, live from Cincinnati of the World Figure Skating Championships. And so for Judy Blumberg and Scott Hamilton, this is Tim Ryan saying good night from the Riverfront Coliseum in Cincinnati.